Hey, this is Al from Transformational Gaming. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you coming to the channel. And oh yeah, we got a purchase. We got a purchase with Bungie by Sony. Before we get into all of that, please subscribe to the channel. You guys have done like excellent, really. The subscriber count, and hopefully it stays that way. The subscriber count has been absolutely insane. So you guys have been subscribing, you guys have been liking, and I would ask you to keep doing so. But appreciate you so much for giving this channel a piece of your day, because obviously people are watching the videos, and I appreciate that so much. But today though, I want to talk to you about Sony purchasing Bungie. And this is significant. Let's not pretend like that Destiny is something that we all play now. We don't play Destiny nowadays. I would say Call of Duty is the bigger acquisition. But let's not pretend like this is some great historic purchase. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the biggest purchase that PlayStation has ever had as far as notoriety, because, you know, Insomniac and Naughty Dog wasn't like some type of gangbusters company that everybody was looking to buy. They purchased great games, and that's pretty much it. But they didn't have anything on the scale of what Destiny was, at least. But Destiny's kind of cooled off a little bit. Honestly, so did Call of Duty. But I'm not going to really get into which one's the bigger purchase. I think both are pretty significant. But I think Microsoft made the biggest purchase just based off of the number of games that they own and number of studios that Activision has, and what those games are and what they mean to people and things like that. I think that, I don't know, I honestly think that Activision was the biggest purchase. So was Bethesda. I think Bethesda was a bigger purchase as well. But for $3.8 billion, I honestly believe that that's the biggest purchase that really Sony has ever made. And I think that Sony is in a good position and has the right to be celebrated. I kind of think that this was a poke at Microsoft. Now, I don't really know if Sony is thinking and what Microsoft is thinking, that they're going to have some type of grandiose subscription like Game Pass or something like that. I'm not necessarily sure what Sony has planned. But to me, Sony didn't have to purchase Bungie. Now, this is either a tap or a nod to Microsoft and saying, hey, look, we got your old company, and just, you know, trying to antagonize Microsoft in that way, or if this is a legitimate purchase that they've always been working on. Because $3.8 billion is a lot for Sony. I mean, Sony doesn't have a big cash flow as it compares to Microsoft. It doesn't have the cash flow Microsoft has. Microsoft has impenetrable cash flow, and they are essentially Windows and Xbox. I mean, that's pretty much it. They're not like some type of conglomerate like Sony is. They don't own like music IP, movies, or really any type of hardware manufacturing. I mean, of course they got the Surface, but that's like a very small piece of what Microsoft is. Microsoft is more of a software company, and yeah, they got little companies here or there, but they're not like Sony. I mean, Sony got like Walkmans that they still trying to sell, so they have a lot of different industries in that company. But without going into Sony financials or whatever, right? Sony is really capped out at where they bought Bungie at, and I think $3.8 billion is right where Sony wanted to purchase a company at. I don't think that they really want to go too deep into the billions, like 70 billion. And I'm not saying that Sony is not able to purchase a company for 70 billion, but you know, Sony doesn't have that type of cash flow. I mean, they will be on the hook for a lot of money, and so they're not going to purchase any company with just cash. they're going to probably add a little cash in there. They're going to sell a little bit of their stock. They're going to probably borrow most of whatever they're trying to purchase like that. So at $70 billion, Sony just doesn't have the cash to do it. They can borrow it, but no, I don't think any company worth their salt is want to be at $70 billion in debt. And Microsoft doesn't have to do that. They can purchase this company straight out. $70 billion, what they did for Activision in cash. So I wonder how all of that's going to work, because, Activision's kind of tied to Destiny from what I understand. And you can see it in this commercial, but I've looked at other commercials. Activision is kind of like tied to Bungie as far as Destiny goes. So I wonder how that's going to work. But for the most part, I wish that Sony didn't have to do this, but I guess they're probably looking at it like, man, we have to do something. And I don't know. I hope it ain't the internet people who's making Sony do this. I doubt it. But, I seen a video, and one of the guys on there was like, his eyes were glassy after Activision was bought by Microsoft. He was like, man, Sony's got to do something. Sony's got to do something. I mean, there's got to be something Sony can do. And then they do this. So I hope it ain't from YouTubers getting online and saying that Sony's got to do something. I mean, I'm hoping that it's from them having to purchase third party so they can do what they want to do with, I guess, their upcoming subscription service, which I hope they just roll in their current streaming service and have them have it that way. I guess I'm not necessarily sure. Sony seems to be cooking up something, though. I thought those rumors were just what they were, rumors, but no. I mean, Sony buying Bungie and these other companies that Sony has, and they're doing something. Now, I would like to have them just say, we're going to come out with some games and it's going to be at a faster clip. We're going to have about 5 or 6 games per year instead of just doing what they did in 2021. And they usually come out with like 3 to 7 games per year. I remember one year it was like jam packed, and they had to move some of the other games into the next year, but it was just jam packed. And I can't necessarily remember. I don't know if it was 2017 or 2016, but one of those years that first of all, they totally stumped Microsoft, and then they was just coming out with hit after hit, man. But I'm pretty sure they don't want to come out with too many games per year, because that leaves a lot of other people in a situation where they're not able to purchase these games because they only plan on playing and beating, like me, playing so many games per year. So I don't know. That's really it. I don't want to make this video too long, but those are kind of like my initial thoughts on it. Is that, yeah, it looks like they're going to probably come out with some type of streaming service, and that would be the only real reason that they would buy all these companies. Now, I know they was looking for a multiplayer that they can make money on, and I think Destiny can make its money back, but I don't know about Destiny compared to Call of Duty. But now that they got Destiny running at 60 frames per second, they probably could compete better with Call of Duty. It's just the original Destiny was only 30 frames per second on consoles, and that wasn't work. So anyway, tell me what y'all think about the acquisition. Congrats to Sony for making it. I think making this type of acquisition would be great for them to get that multiplayer, because I have been hearing that they're looking for a multiplayer, and getting this multiplayer right here be good. It won't be good for me, but you know what? They probably felt like they needed to get at least Destiny, because Overwatch won't be on Sony. The next Overwatch, at least, because they're gonna have Microsoft mess that up. They're gonna mess that game up. They're gonna mess that game up, man. Microsoft is too. They got too much of a Type A personality to just sit back and just let stuff be. They want to get in it and they want to win. They got the Jerry Jones complex. That's just the American complex, though, man. You know, they want to win and it wants to be because of them. And so it's a terrible thought, but I would say Microsoft is the Jerry Jones of video games, man. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe. This is Alpha Transformational Gaming, and we out.